Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I screwed up the recording of the audio on it, so, anyways, just a quick look here is some of the C that I've been working with, in particular to get these mobs to work when players aren't on the screen at the same time as them. Uh, Learning how to read this over. Here's a section where Type 6 and Type 7 was added for the specific crafting mobs that I have. Some of the print statements so I can check the console. And I've been testing alongside with two of my other characters to make certain things are working. But I've gotten to the point where I can go ahead and shut down, recompile, and then make all, and then pretty much iteratively test through the code on the server, the C, the core stuff, as well as testing through the Lua that hooks into it pretty quickly. So getting that figured out has been pretty nice actually. Um, and let's see here, what else am I going to bring up? Like I said, I'm re-recording the audio on this because I recorded all this and then forgot to record the audio. Okay, so here we can see the console where I have it printing the different information about the mobs. Right now, it's running on the mobs that I have in the spawn table. So that's working exactly as expected. I see what I see there. Nobody's on the maps. That's why it's considered dead, essentially. Um, there you go. Those are the print statements that are running there to the console. Um, so once a player, here's a look at the table here. You can see that's the table. So when you see the index that it's talking about on the console, it's referring to the index here under the SPNID indice. And then you have the column that shows what map, and you have the column that shows what enemy it's referring to. So that's why it's the spawn table index. But once you actually get a player on these maps, though, things start working for the uh, the creature, the mobs that are not in the spawn table, the ones that are dynamically summoned by the trees themselves by dropping the seeds, so on and so forth. So what I need to do is, what I'm working on figuring out right now is what part of the code handles that. Like when the player is not on the map, how is it going to handle that? So here we're looking at some of the Lewis script that runs. This is how I've been debugging, just making certain that the changes to the C actually run and call the Lewis scripts that I expect them to, because I added a whole new method for checking the state of things. And so I also discovered that using a broadcast statement in a section of code that runs over and over and over again during the startup of the server, really bad idea. Great way to just time out and not get anything done. So since the server's already loaded, though, I'm going to go ahead and throw this check statement in there. I'm going to have to comment that out later on, but that'll let me know that the check statement is being run. And this in particular lets me know that, it's being run by this over here. Goodness. Don't really know what else I was talking about in the video. Like I said, I'm re-recording the audio at this moment. So, okay, so we're back over looking at the console log and seeing how that is doing. Yeah. Alright, yes, I get it. Oh, here we go. We went to one of the groves, and we're going to move over near a tree. Okay. Alright. Okay, we're going to go ahead and update the tree script so that we actually... Oh, this is where we add the check-in to make certain that everything was running. So you could see it on the console. Now we can see the broadcast statements indicating that it is doing what we wanted it to. And here we'll go ahead, we check and make certain that the tree checks are running even. We're not on the same map as them. So, like I said, got it to the point where I understand how that works. I have it working for mobs that are in the spawn database table, but not for the dynamically summoned mobs. So that's what we're checking through here in this one C method, is where I need to go to get it to ignore the requirement for a player on dynamically spawned mobs. Um, Over here, I did a bit more refactoring on the tree to update its attempts, because when it tries to drop a seed, it checks whether the spot is empty, what type of ground it is. You know, it won't drop seeds on the concrete, for instance. They won't take root. It also makes certain that there's no other trees where it's trying to drop the seeds, and it makes certain there's no players where it tries to drop seeds. So, a few different checks that were going on that I managed to actually combine into when I thought looked over it again, the way it was running, and the call, I just had to add a single thing to it and just refactored the code. ChatGPT helped me with that little bit right there. Actually, when I was looking at it, I threw it my script and I was like, hey, how can I make this better? And it was like, here's some ideas. It didn't give me the code back I needed, but it helped me figure out what direction I needed to take it in. So, anyways, that's where we're at with that. Thank you for watching me ramble and re-record this. Hopefully it was entertaining or useful, or I don't know. Thanks.